All right, everybody, welcome to Next to Nature this week with Dr. John Long. And I've seen these before, but never knew what they were called.
So a lot of people would probably call it at least that's what I call it, a cow thistle.
Okay.
Or a bull thistle, different names for it, but it's actually a bristle thistle. And let me tell you what,
Tongue twister.
Waiting on you to get here, I kept saying bristle thistle. It rolls off the tongue. So I was like, I kept saying it, and I was obsessed with it. But anyway, as you can tell, it is a thistle.
What makes it a thistle?
Well, the thistle has got the bristle. And they're large thorns, and this is a relatively young version of it, because the more it grows, the larger these are going to get, and the more, they'll stiffer and really more, not good to touch, which is why I have my gloves on.
Yeah, I'm going to let you touch this one. So, I mean, it kind of looks like a weed to me, but, I mean, is that generally what it is?
It is, and you'll see it a lot in cow pastures, probably hence the name.
Yeah.
But obviously they grow in yards. You'll find them everywhere this time of year.
And what about the colors? I mean, are they pollinators or?
Well, they're attractive to insects and birds, and insects will come to get the nectar, and then birds actually eat the seeds.
Really? Okay.
I find it really interesting that it's got a two-stage growth pattern.
Okay.
You'll see these, and a lot of times they're like this one. When they start out, they're flat. They have no flower whatsoever. And then a year later, they mature and they stalk. I say stalk up, that's probably not a good term, but anyway, you'll start seeing the stalk stick up with a flower at the top of it. So it just really doesn't start from this and grow during the spring.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
And I know you've said before, like some plants will use these thorns and stuff to protect itself.
Yes. And that's really interesting, I think. Actually, I was thinking about it a lot before, and I find it just fascinating that plants develop their own self-defense mechanisms. And obviously, you're not going to bite into that, and other, animals that feed on vegetation won't either. If they do, it'll be the last time they do it. Because, but different plants, trees, they have that defense mechanism, and a lot of times it's thorns.
Yeah, I was talking to my daughter not long ago about that. I think we were talking about roses or something.
Right.
And the thorns
Right.
there. So this plant, obviously not everybody wants a weed in their yard.
Right.
How do you get rid of these things?
Believe it or not, some people love them.
Really? Okay.
It's actually the floral emblem of Scotland.
Oh, I had no idea.
And another trivia or whatever you want, factoid, is it's actually the cover flower for the British Encyclopedia.
Oh.
So, one man's pleasure is another man's pain, or whatever you want to call it. But,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, the Indians used them a lot too.
What do they use them for?
They used the thorns for blowgun darts.
Okay.
It does have to them, and had a medicinal value. But another thing is they used like this part in a more mature is part of the feather composition for the arrows.
Okay.
So the more mature it gets, the more uses it has. You can eat it. I have not. I probably won't. But once you remove the outer covering of it, you can't boil the outer covering of it and the roots to eat raw. Roots you can eat raw, but it's just amazing. You look at something like this, and you don't think it's got much use.
Yeah.
But to somebody, it's got a lot of use to it, or did have a lot of use to it. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing to see those things out in nature and know that people once used them for different things.
Yeah. And I really think they're beautiful. I love the bloom of it. I think it's beautiful to see.
Definitely got a bright color.
Definitely does, but it has it makes for a sticky situation in some instances, for sure, in more ways than one. But,
No doubt. All right, always learning something new with Dr. Long. Thanks so much, and thank you for joining us, everybody.